Okay, so in today's video about Jasmy Coin, I want to check out this move on the upside right in here and see, is this actually a bullish sign, or maybe it's just going to be a noise, and after it's over we are going to have some more moves on the downside. I am also in this video going to tell you what I need to see in order to be bullish with quite a bit of confidence, and also I'm gonna tell you why overall, in my opinion, in this area we're just having a simple correction structure and there is nothing to be worried about. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones, and let's do first a very classic analysis and maybe go on a less busy chart, maybe from Coinbase. Yep, sure. Let's put the chart on regular scale. Excuse me, there we go. So what did we have in this phase on the downside? A very strong bearish channel right in here. Now, what happened at this point? We actually got a break of the channel, but we didn't in here start a solid uptrend. Instead, we got actually into another bearish channel right in here. Now, this is a very important point and I need you to pay full attention to what I'm about to say. When you compare the slope of this channel to this one, you realize that the slope in here is getting decreased. And what's the message? To me at least, this suggests that odds are bears in Jasmy Coin are just getting weaker and weaker, and soon, maybe, who knows, even from the current point, we are going to get a bounce back and start the next phase of the bull run. Second, I think I have done this also in the previous video. Let's compare these two moves timing wise from the highest high to about here. This move down at the moment is taking us somewhere around, let's say, 49.5 days. On the other hand, in the same period of time, we had this huge move on the upside, and this actually happened in about, let's say, 30 days. So once more, the message is, in this phase, bears are not actually that strong and bulls odds are that do still have the upper hand, and soon we might get a huge move on the upside. Now, let's go on some lower time frames and see what is happening. Excuse me, let's just select this one. Okay, so you see, in my analysis, I use a lot of Elliott waves, and if you want to argue that in terms of Elliott waves, we're gonna have our final bottom somewhere around here, maybe this is like a very important support, then okay, you must be able to find off of the lowest low in this region a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure up. This specific example is a normal 5 wave. Rules for it are, we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of impulsive structure, wave 3 right in here should not be the smallest wave. This is a big no-no in Elliott waves, and for our sub waves, we must be able to find 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. There we go. And for wave 2 and 4, we can have different scenarios, doesn't really matter. Let's just do this. Excuse me. There we go. Sorry about that one. That looks really odd. Let's say, okay, ABC structure into our wave 4. What is happening today? And yep, sure. WXY into wave 2. And if we can find something like this off of the recent lowest low in Jasmy Coin, we can actually argue, fair enough, the bottom is set. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. Okay, let's zoom in more. So first things first, I can actually identify an impulsive structure in this phase, and followed by that, this can be a correction structure down, potentially I would say a sharp ABC zigzag. Now, from this point, this is actually an impulse, and this can be, I guess, a correction structure, and we can have in here, based on this, a series of 1-2s. But in today's video, I'm not going to talk about that kind of bullish possibilities. Let's say, well, okay, this is starting from this high to about this point, actually an ABC zigzag, which means we can have a less of a bullish scenario in here. Now, if the bottom is in, we can argue in Jasmy Coin, maybe this is 1, this is a correction for wave 2, decent move up into wave 3, and what we need to see in this region in order to be optimistic is a corrective movement for 4, potentially some sideways price action, and then, you know it, another move on the upside into wave 5. Now, in these phases in Jasmy, I would really like for us to actually take this high right in here about, let's say, 3.6 cents. Why is that? let's zoom out more and see what are we having in this area. Okay, in terms of the trends, these are a series of lower highs and lower lows right in here. And when can we say that our downtrend in Jasmy is over? When we get a decent move up in order to take the previous major pivot high, which is going to be once more right in here about 3.6 cents. So if you want to be optimistic in Jasmy, I would argue you actually need to wait a bit more. But I still stick with my argument. In my opinion, either we have finished our move on the downside in Jasmy, or there's a decent chance that we're not really going to go a whole lot lower from the current point. And for example, we are going to do something like this, and then we are going to get the strong bounce back that we all expect. Now, I'm not really a big fan of classic patterns, but if you like them, then okay, let's just do this. Excuse me. I believe we are having in here a very classic falling wedge pattern. There we go. This is our lower line, and this can be our higher line right in here, which once more suggests that, okay, we don't really have a whole lot of time remaining for Jasmy to continue its move on the downside. This is going to end soon. And once more, we are coming up with the same bullish conclusion. And this gets a bit more interesting when you check out some indicators. First things first, if you want to be optimistic with a bit more confidence, I would argue you need to actually wait a bit more and see a buy signal in MACD in daily time frame. However, having said that, in the short term, that doesn't mean that we cannot identify in these areas some bullish signs. And as you can see, what do we have? Let's actually just delete this one. Excuse me. Okay. This is a low, the other one is a lower low, this is a low, the other one is a higher low. So in MACD, we are actually having a bullish divergence. And if you want to, for example, compare this low to this one, also this is in MACD and RSI at the same time, a bullish divergence, which is a fantastic sign suggesting that bears are running out of power. A bullish divergence, whether it's going to be in MACD or RSI, doesn't really tell you where is going to be our exact bottom. Absolutely not. What is a bullish divergence telling you is that our move down soon is going to end and we are going to have a decent move on the upside. So as you can see, all signs in Jasmy pretty much point to the current move down being a correction structure and not an impulse. And they are saying that odds are we're not really going to go a whole lot lower from the current point in case that the bottom is not in yet. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Jasmy Coin's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.